Edit. Start, stop. Yep. 5:39. 0, 0. And then exclusion. And then I'm just going to put a blank one up there. Good to go. Thank you.
Oh, I see.
For bread and butter.
Now, perfect. Good afternoon, or actually good morning, sports fans. We welcome you to Zeeland West, the Aquatic Center here, as we are in the Michigan Water Polo Association Women's State Water Polo Championship. Joey Sutherland's my name. It is my proud pleasure to bring you the action here. We are in the first semifinal game between Hudsonville and Skyline, and we're with 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hudsonville is on top over the Eagles of Skyline. 3-2 is the score in this Battle of the Eagles to find out who will be playing in the state championship game. And I tell you what, folks, it has been a great tournament. Some of the games have been far closer than we've had in recent tournaments, and it's just made for some wonderful water polo. Looking at the games from yesterday, in the first game on Friday, May 31st, it was Hudsonville over Saline by a score of 11-2. Skyline beat the East Grand Rapids squad 11-5, setting up the game that we are doing right now. Earlier we had, the 6:30 game yesterday, and probably the most exciting game of the evening. It was Grand Ledge outlasting the Falcons of East Kentwood 5-3, and in our finale, it was Rockford pretty much one-sided over Okemos 7-2. setting up the games for today. The first game we had today, it was East Grand Rapids over Saline 5-4 in a nail biter, and the last game that just finished, it was Okemos 4-3. So back-to-back one-goal games in the state tournament. That's exciting. And right here, it's been all Hudsonville so far, 3-zip. After the timeout, though, it is Skyline on the attack. Skyline setting up, looking down here, trying to get it down into the hole. They do, but good defense by Hudsonville. Around it comes. Waiting. 12 on the shot clock. Has a shot, looks for the lob shot, puts it up off the post. No good, and that will kick out right to Emma, the goalie for Hudsonville, and they head back to the offensive attack. They're trying to get the ball down into the hole. They do. The Eagles for the shot. It gets by the goalie, but a nice save. Now, a little bit of catch you off guardness. The goalie now, normally you have the one in goalie, Madeline Lynch for the Eagles, but she's actually been replaced by Alea Tracy, the freshman, who's had such a good year, and that's allowed Lynch to play the field. Skyline from 5 meters with it on the left side. Throws one up. Another nice block, though. Emma with another block, and back on the attack comes the Eagles. Taking their time, getting the ball up. Ordinary foul called there. Now they try to get it down to the hole. They do. Sarahs takes a shot. It is missed. I beg your pardon. That was Sophia. And back comes Skyline. Once again, they trail 3-zip with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Again, almost like a double hole. Now it opens up a little bit. Kicks it back out to the right side flat. Shot cross cage. Missed, not touched. Goes out of bounds. Possession will go back to Hudsonville. Hudsonville with their speed waits patiently. First pass goes up to Boovie. Grace gets an ordinary foul, passes it down, and now they're going to kick it all the way out to McKenna Brink. Brink tries to get it down low. You know who, that's Claire Tuttle. Tuttle gets actually good defense, and they're going to call it a turnover. And Skyline heads the other way. Again, it's wonderful that we're able to bring you the action. We will be bringing the remainders of the game here for the tournament. Big thanks to Noah, who, using all his technical skills and Jedi power, has been able to help us bring this action to you. They get it down in the hole, but good defense by Hudsonville, and now they got their first counter. Coming back with it, that's Tuttle. Tuttle is actually swimming out on her own, looks, takes, fakes. She's hammered from behind, nice job, and a good defense by Skyline is going to lead to a turnover. And that was a case where Claire Tuttle, who is arguably, and maybe not even arguably, the best player in the state, but when it's 4-on-1, I don't care how good you are, you're not going to win that battle very often. Skyline looking for their first goal, down to 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Another ordinary foul, good foul actually there by Hudsonville. Swings it out to the flat, back down to the point, or looking to get it down to the point. On the wing right now, and that's going to do it for the shot clock. 20 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Playing for the final shot probably will be Hudsonville here. Outlet pass comes up. Got a little bit, could be a kick. Nope, just an ordinary foul called. Sneaking into the play, but overshot is Grace. Grace now gets it back, tries to get it down low. She does. Skip shot missed. There's still 3 seconds to go. I don't think they're going to be able to get a shot off, and they don't. And that'll be the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter here, and man, oh man, somebody called it prophetically 3-zip is our score at the end of the first. Claire Tuttle with 2 of the goals, and Grace Boovie with the other one, and that's where we're at the end of the first quarter. And that'll give me an opportunity to kind of go back and recap the first 2 games. And I told you, the first game of the day, while 5-4 was the final, as East Grand Rapids is going to be playing for 5th place later today, as they were able to beat Saline in a very exciting game. And then it was 4-3 in the 4-3 game, Beg your pardon here. In the 4-3 game, it was the Okemos squad over East Kentwood, which was a back-and-forth game. In that last game, it was 1-1 at the end of the first, 2-2 at the end of the second, 3-3 at the end of the fourth. And there was a lot of speculation that we would be going to overtime tied at 4, but congratulations to Okemos as they were able to stop the Falcons, who used all 3 timeouts in the final minute 20 on 3 setups, and they just were able to sneak out that 4-3 victory. So Okemos and EGR will be doing battle for 5th place, and again it'll be Saline and East Kentwood doing battle for 7th place respectively. And I tell you what, is there really a loser if you make it to the state championship? And the quick answer is no. I mean, you might be disappointed with the place you end up with, but all of these girls that are playing here today and their coaching staff have worked their tails off since since back in probably about January, beginning conditioning. Because remember, for the girls, there is swimming in the fall. There is not an aquatic sport in the winter. So the best that you can do is conditioning with your water polo coaches, and you hope to do that to stay ready for the March 15th date when you start the real warm-up of the season. So for most of these girls, they've been going nonstop for about 6 months, and a lot of them play club polo as well. There's so many venues locally for club polo that they continue to play. So there's a lot of it. We're seeing a lot of a push in our area and in our state for water polo. And I'll tell you what, folks, you will find no bigger advocate than myself. It is my goal in the rest of my career to make sure water polo in the state of Michigan becomes recognized by the MHSAA as a sport. The sprint is won by Skyline, and they take their first quick shot, but it's missed, and back quickly comes the Eagles. But a nice decision there by Claire Tuttle as she was double-teamed. Gets it over to Grace. Grace takes a lob shot and somehow finds the back of the net. Oh, baby, that was a smart play by Grace. Grace has a pair of goals to join Claire Tuttle, who has 2 goals. And that's the 4 goals so far for Hudsonville. 4-zip is our score early in the second quarter. Ann Arbor Skyline coming right back at it here. Quick passes it down to the wing. Well, kind of a modified version of the wing, down to the hole. And a kick out. Oh, no! A 5-meter is called. Boy, that somewhat questionable on. Oh, no. Oh, no, it is a 5-meter. Okay. They called it on Tuttle, so that'll be Tuttle's first. Yep, first on Tuttle. And I'm a bit surprised it wasn't just a kick out, but they did call the 5-meter, so smart decision. The shot, skip in, count the goal. Putting the biscuit in the basket is Allie Locke, the junior captain for the Eagles, gets the first goal for Ann Arbor Skyline, and that pulls the game within 3, 4-1. There was just clarification, and it was, in fact, the kick out was called on Tuttle. Now Tuttle gets the ball back by herself, kicks it back out to Grace. Grace from outside. Mini passes it over. Kind of blocked out here on the screen. Shot down low. And it's going to be easily defended by Skyline. And back they come on offense with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Quick outlet pass down. Looking for some help. It's the goal scorer, Locke. Locke swings it over to the left wing. Pass far over to the right wing. Nice job moving the goalie from side to side. And we got another kick out. I'm not sure who got this one. I'm looking to see. But it's a opportunity for Skyline to pull within 2. Boovie was actually called for that kick out. So now both Boovie and Tuttle have won in the first half. Somewhat unusual. Waiting for the shot. Fires it up. Nice field block. Oh, boy. That is a huge field block by Claire Tuttle. And that will bring Hudsonville back on the offensive attack. And We have seen it for the 2 days so far of the tournament. Some wonderful defense. Shot tipped, kept alive, but defended by Skyline. They're back on the offensive attack. No, we have really seen some exceptional defense in this state tournament. Maybe more than we've seen in the past few years, for sure. 4-1 is our score. 4:45 to go here in the first half. Hudsonville and Skyline doing battle in the first semifinals. There's an opportunity here for Skyline. Quick shot, blocked away. That's going to be a 2-meter. Possession will remain with Ann Arbor Skyline. Skyline from the 2 meters, throws it in, gets it right back with the ball. It is Sadler, but an offensive foul is called on the Eagles, so possession goes back to Hudsonville. Methodically bringing it up here is the Hudsonville squad. Trying to get it down to Tuttle. Tuttle puts a shot, somehow gets it on goal, gets her own rebound, but an offensive foul is called on Tuttle. So possession is going to go back to Skyline. Back quickly comes Skyline, setting up. Ordinary foul is called. Allie she's actually going to pass it, not take the shot. If she does, it's an instant turnover. On that outside 5, if you're not familiar with water polo, you have to shoot it immediately. You cannot hesitate, you cannot fake. Otherwise, it is a turnover. Back quickly comes Hudsonville. They get it on a one-on-one. Oh, no call there as Tuttle thought she had drawn the kick out. And now back comes Skyline quickly the other way. There's going to be a kick out, and that might be 2 on Tuttle. It is. Wow, with 3:28 to go in the first half, arguably the best player in the state is going to have to take some time on the bench with 2 kickouts. Golden opportunity here for Skyline to make this an exciting game here with 3:15 to go in the first half. They're on a 6-on-5. Swings it over, but intercepted. A huge defensive play there for the Eagles. Sophia with a great steal there. And that will end the 6-on-5 for Skyline and put the Hudsonville Eagles back on the offensive attack. Setting up here, taking a little bit more time now. Grace Bovey with the ball. Lobs the shot up, hits the top of the cage, goes out of bounds. Another turnover. Might have forced that one a little bit. She does have 2 goals, though, looking for her third, her hat trick. We're down to 2:40 to go in the first half. Still 4-1 is our score. As you can tell, if you watch both the guys' state championship, shot way off. It's going to go out of bounds back to Hudsonville. We've been able to add, and again, lots of props to Noah. He's been able to find a way to put in the quarter and the score. So from our, whatever it was, 3-hour marathon of the state championship between Okemos and Hudsonville, back for the guys. Shot fired over the net. It is no good, and possession goes back to Skyline. We've learned a little bit from our faux pas from before. And so we're hopefully able to bring you a little bit better coverage here. I know there's a little bit of a lapse in the middle of the pool. And it's what the best you can do for a cheaper level production here. Ordinary foul, a good ordinary with 10 seconds on the shot clock, under 2 on the game clock. They fire it down. They got a shot opportunity. McCloskey shots and scores! Oh, putting the biscuit in the basket. A nifty goal, her second of the first half for Allie Locke. And with 1:45 to go in the first half, it is now a 2-goal game, 4-2. Hudsonville on top, but Skyline has come marching back. All 6 goals have been scored by 3 girls for Skyline. Both goals go to Allie Locke, and for the Eagles, it's Grace Bovey with a pair and Claire Tuttle with 2, and that's where we're at with a $1:45 to go here in the second quarter to end the first half 4-2. And boy, that is Ian Hewitt calls the timeout for Hudsonville, and I think he's trying to remind his squad, hey, You've been ranked number 1 or number 2 for the better part of the year. Composure. Play your game. Don't let the game get bigger by the pressure or the state competition level. If you just play your game, good things will happen, and I think that's what he's telling them. Maybe a little bit more animately right now. Now things are a little bit more mild over there. Again, if you're just joining us, our next game taking place at the conclusion of this one is the second semifinal game, and I think that could arguably be the best game of the tournament so far, as it will be Grand Ledge and Rockford, two teams that it's going to be literally, I'm going to steal this one from the Wild Wild West, a battle of the OK Corral there. These two teams are going to come out swinging. You're going to see great defense. You're going to see good scoring. You might even see a paper, rock, scissors match between the coaches before the game starts. It will be a battle, and you will be able to see it exclusively here, thanks to the Michigan Water Polo Association. The MWPA is bringing you the action here today, and again, it's a pleasure to be able to bring you the action. I'm getting all the credit because you hear my voice the whole time, but Noah's the one who's doing all the hard work and bringing the technical action, but I'm still hoping to get him to chat with me for some of the games later today. As it is, Hudsonville setting up. This all of a sudden becomes an important possession. Trying to get it down to the hole, but not able to. Good defense by Skyline. Down to 17 on the shot clock. There's a field block and a steal for Skyline. And, yep, it's going to stick with it. And back comes the Eagles of Ann Arbor Skyline with a chance to pull this to a one-goal game with 1:20 to go in the first half. Driving it upfield. Uncontested right now is number 3, Madison Derringer. Gives the ball off to the goal scorer. Ordinary foul called. Let's see if she's... Yep, he's pointing. She's outside. She can take a shot, but it's blocked. She went for the skip shot, and this time it was denied well by Hudsonville. Now they're trying to come back quickly, and an offensive foul is called. Andy Terrian calls the offensive foul there, and here comes Skyline once again, now under 50 seconds to go in the first half. Game getting a little tighter since that timeout was called. Gets the ball down low. Looking to take the shot. Still has the ball. Can't get a foul because he didn't let go of it. Now that was the case, and that's where you're strong enough with the ball. But if she just would have dropped the ball when she was originally hit from behind, she gets an ordinary. But she continued to fight to hold on to the ball. There's no ordinary foul then. And it wasn't obviously an exclusion. Skips on back, scores! Oh, baby! That is a huge goal for Grace Boovy. Boovy with the backhand with 21 seconds remaining in the first half. Pulls it back to a 3-goal advantage for Hudsonville, and that is huge. That is her hat trick, or officially her 3rd goal. Now we're down to 13 seconds to go, and you know Skyline would love to get a goal here before the half. We're down to 8 seconds. Shot clock's off, so they're playing for 1. Oh, ordinary foul outside. She can shoot it. 3 seconds, takes a shot, it's tipped, and it is knocked out, and that's going to do it for the half. Oh, googly moogly, what a first half it was. Our score with the half the game concluded, it is 5-2 as we go to our 5-minute break. And again, quick scoring recap, 3 goals for Grace Boovy for Hudsonville, 2 goals for Claire Tuttle, who spent most of the second quarter on the bench because she has 2 kickouts. For Skyline, both goals come from Allie Locke. Wow. Very exciting first half. To be honest with you, there's so much power, or there's such a powerful team, Hudsonville. This is you got to give a lot of credit to the Skyline squad who's come in here and played very well. Looking at really the kickouts, the only person in any trouble is Tuttle. She's got 2 in the first half. Other than that, you got Grace Bovey with 1 and Allie Locke with 1. So really nobody other than, ironically, probably the state MVP is the only one who is in any real kickout trouble. So 5-2. Wow, when you see this crew, I wish I could switch the camera to see the think tank that was getting into the Friends theme song that we're hearing in the background. But unfortunately, I am not able to bring you that. I can guarantee you this, though, at the conclusion of this game, I'll be grabbing. I will be grabbing my ability to do public service announcements between breaks of the action, so you won't have to listen to me at halftime. Or that interview we promised with Pat Claren at halftime. Maybe that will come to fruition. 3 minutes remaining here in halftime. 5-2. Hudsonville on top over Skyline in the first of two semifinals here. Remember, the winner of this game will be playing tonight. I believe we're starting the championship game will be at 7:30, scheduled to start at 7:30. Now, you heard me touch on this one. The last game that we brought to you on MWPA television was the state championship for guys, and that was the longest water polo game I've ever broadcast or seen. It ended up going 2 hours and 24 minutes before the outcome was finally decided. And I tell you what, any of us that were a part of it, it was a phenomenal game. Really two amazing teams. And I don't know if Josh would agree with me or not, but Okemos got the win, but that was just, you had two teams that gave 130% of everything they had for the entire 2 hours and 23 minutes. And it was just phenomenal water polo. And I don't know how some of those kids were still swimming at the end of the last overtime. It was, and kind of honestly, a little bit of a fluke goal, as you would figure, ended up being the final. And that was a game that Noah and I were able to bring you. And I tell you, one of the most exciting games I ever broadcast in my career. Also, I have never, in my years playing, coaching, and broadcasting, I've never seen a water polo game go 2 hours, let alone 2 hours and 23 minutes. So if you're going to have a game like that, the state championship game, the deciding state championship game, is the perfect time for that one. Right now, if you're not familiar with water polo, what usually happens here at the halftime, the long halftime, is the teams for the upcoming game will get in the pool. They'll do a little stretching, a little passing. Sometimes they'll take shots on their goalie. Right now, we see Rockford, but not Grand Ledge in the water. And they're just doing actually some defensive treads. Right now, actually, defensive treads. A few of them are doing some offensive spin treads. I try not to get too technical on the jargon if you're not familiar with water polo. But we're glad you're watching because, again, for those of us that are here, to a person, we believe we have the most exciting sport in the state of Michigan that does not get the love it rightfully deserves at the state level. In some cases, even within our own respective high schools. And that is something we are looking to change in the next few years. We are going to make a truly, to use a different sports metaphor, a full court press to try to get water polo the respect it deserves at the state level, because I challenge any other athlete who has never played water polo but knows how to swim or knows how to tread to get in here and see if you can handle one day of practice and then tell me that it's not one of the best sports that is available to you. All right, enough of my on the moral high horse here. We're back to start the second half. And it is Skyline once again winning the sprint. That was number 3, Denninger, who wins the sprint. Thank you. Quick shot on goal. Nice save there. And the Eagles will get their first attempt here in the second half. 5-2 is our score. Hudsonville on top early in the third quarter. Slowly, methodically bringing it up is Persh, the sophomore for Hudsonville. And she has actually a field block. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Nonetheless, it's a turnover, and it will be Skyline now on the offensive side. Swimming it up the pool, bringing it up court, is Allie Locke, the captain for the Eagles. She has a pair of goals here in the first half. All the scoring, in fact, for the Eagles. Slide up from the wing. Looking, lob pass thrown up, hits the top of the cage. That is unofficially the fourth time that Skyline has hit the top of the cage, the top post. And the goalies love that. I can tell you what, if you're a goalie, you're like, I love all the posts of the cage because it keeps the ball out. And we have seen some great goalkeeping in this tournament already. Pass down low. What do we got? Ordinary foul, but it's inside 5, so they cannot shoot. Got to pass it back out. Reloading and setting up. That's Bovey with the ball. Lobs it up over the goal as the shot clock expires. So possession will go back to Skyline. Skyline anxious to try to make this back to a 2-possession game. They trail by 3, 5-2. Essentially, you could say the difference in the game right now is Grace Bovey, who has 3 goals for Hudsonville. Skyline swings it out to the point, trying to get it down to the hole. They do, but good crashing defense by Hudsonville, and it's going to result in another turnover. Possession back to Hudsonville. Bovey swims it up, but her pass was not on target, and an easy defensive play there for Skyline as they get the ball right back. Kudos on the swim there by Denninger. Skyline trying to set up again. Bringing it up down the wing. Oh, we got a kick out. 19 is going to get the kick out. That is on Marley Persh, the sophomore. And that will lead the Skyline with a scoring opportunity. Quick shot, missed. Does she get her own rebound? Maybe. It's a fight for it, and they're going to, Andy Terrian says ball under on Skyline. So, on Hudsonville, so possession stays with Skyline. They're going to have to bring it outside of 2 first, and both officials are telling her to swim outside of 2. Lucy finally does and passes it over to Madison. Madison looks for some help, a driver of some kind. Ooh, looked like almost a ball under. Instead, possession stays. Long shot, to score! Oh, my goodness! That's one of those fluky goals you don't see very often. A yellow card, though, has been given to Ian Hewitt. I honestly didn't see what it was. I believe the goal was by number 3. Correct, it was. That'll be her first and pulls Skyline within 2. And let's see how the Eagles of Hudsonville can answer that. A nice turn by Bovey, and she draws the kick out. The kick out's going to be on number 20, Shakespeare, and a timeout is taken. Wow, did you see Andy jump on that one? I don't know if we caught that one on video, but Andy Terrian, he looked like a wide receiver in the end zone. He was flying through the air so high on that one. Andy, you're my hero. And it was a yellow card to the head coach. Yep, I was correct on that one. To Hewitt, thank you. I tried to get Andy Terrian's attention on that phenomenal catch. Exciting game we have here with 4:02 remaining in the third quarter. 5-3. Hudsonville is 2 up on the Eagles of Ann Arbor Skyline. And great semifinals game to set up. The winner will play the winner of our next game, which, as I said earlier in the broadcast, I am so excited to call because I think it's just going to be a phenomenal game too. And that is going to be Grand Ledge and Rockford doing battle approximately 25 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We are super excited for that one. Again, 5-3 is our score here after the timeout. probably a good timeout there by Coach Ian Hewitt. They're going to fire the ball over to Lammers. And now it will be the Eagles setting up on offense. Hudsonville. Quick shot, shoot, scores! That's how you answer quickly. Off the timeout. I don't know if that was designed, but it didn't. Bierek will get the goal, and it will be Perch, who got the kick out earlier, who will get the helper and makes it back to a 3-goal advantage. Hudsonville doubling up Skyline 6-3, 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. Quick pass down, waiting for some help. Driver's trying to come, but good defense there. Now she has to think about it, down to 10 on the shot clock. She's held the ball too long, and it's mostly a lob shot that hits the side post, but fortunately for Hudsonville goes right back to the goalie. That was a very well-placed lob shot. Now the Eagles trying to answer quickly, passing it down, getting it to Buckingham. Ordinary foul called inside 5, so she'll throw it out to Bovey. Bovey loses it on the pass, gets it right back, down to 10 on the shot clock, 3:07 on the game clock in the third. Ordinary foul outside, but not going to shoot it. Took too long. 4 seconds, got to take the fire, hits the cage, and it's going to be recovered by Skyline. They come back on the attack. 2:56 to go in the third. They trail by 3, looking for some instant offense. Brings it up to about the 9-meter mark, then passes it back out near mid-pool. Now they set it up, and really, truthfully, one of the problems Skyline's having is they're pretty much setting up at 4 meters. Now they're finally trying to get closer to the 2-meter mark. Skips it to the hole-ish. Now the wing, lob shot fired. Modified lob shot, maybe. Nonetheless, it was not made, and it will be a turnover back to Hudsonville. Quick pass over, just inside mid-pool. Both teams are slowing up the pace considerably now on the transition game, playing more of a half-court offense. And good defense there. Easy turnover for Skyline. And a timeout is taken by Ann Arbor with 2:04, trailing by 3. So now with 2 minutes in the third and the entire fourth quarter to go, both teams are down to just 2 timeouts. Do either of them? Oh, they both have the 2 and the 30. Okay, thank you. Both teams have 2 and a 30, and that's one of the problems with the Colorado scoreboard right now. All it shows is you can't differentiate between the fulls and the 30 on the scoreboard. And I tell you what, we have a meeting. As far as MWPA, we have our state meeting will be taking place at the conclusion of the first 4 games today. And one of the things we're going to be talking about is the potential change of the shot clock. And one of the rule changes that might take place as early as next year, I believe, is the 20-second shot clock on when you're on the offense and there's a foul with less than 20, they revert it back to 20 instead of the full 30 seconds. So we'll have a lot of conversation about that, I'm sure, at the meeting coming up. I think there's a couple other rules we're talking about as well. If you're not familiar with, and you must be if you're watching us here, you really should do yourself a favor and look around the website. There's a lot of great information that's available to you there. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well, I believe. Back to live action here. Skyline on the attack. 20 on the shot clock after the timeout. Tries to get it down low, but easily defended there by Boovy. And possession goes back to Hudsonville. Coming up on 100 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Still 6-3, Hudsonville on top over Skyline. They get it to the point, takes a shot. Another field block. And offensive turnover, possession goes to Skyline. Both teams have, even in a game that's got 9 goals in the through 3, we've seen some great defense and very above average goalkeeping. Skip shot blocked. There you go. Just talking about it right there, and you saw it. A nifty save that time by Emma for Hudsonville. And now the Eagles trying to do a transition game quickly here. Get it down to the hole. There's a one-on-one battle. Takes a shot. Defended by the goalie, the freshman, Aaliyah Tracy, I beg your pardon. And back here comes Skyline once again. Down to 45 on the game clock in the third, 15 on the shot clock. Swings it over to the right flat. There's a driver coming in. But good defensive again by Hudsonville, and that's going to lead to possession going the other way. There's about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So for all practical purposes, I suspect the Eagles, but a bad pass, that could lead to a counter. And it, well, modified because there were still a few Eagles back. Bovie's pass was not converted, obviously. But there just was too many Eagles back. Ooh, ordinary foul called, 7 seconds to go here in the quarter. Shot clock is turned off. Passes it over, looks. They're just 2 outside. They're not going to get a good shot here. They force it, and it doesn't even make it the distance. And that's going to do it through 3 quarters. So at the end of the third, it is 6-3. 6-3 Hudsonville over Skyline going into the 4th stanza here. We are about 33 minutes away from the start of our final semifinals game. Right now, as I said, you would see the 2 teams for the next game getting in the water right now. And you can see that right now with our score 6-3 in favor of Hudsonville. Oh, okay. So I beg your pardon. The timeouts are correct. It is 2 timeouts remaining each for Hudsonville and Skyline. So that actually could play a factor if Skyline pulls this back within 2 or 1 as we get into the 4th quarter. And I tell you what, you're fighting again in the winner's bracket. I mean, again, for most teams, you're happy to be in state if you would love to win it, but nothing's going to dampen the fact you made it. For other teams, you're battling for your life in the winner's bracket. You won on Friday, you know your top 4. Now you're playing to make the top 2 for sure. And even though it's a 3-goal advantage for Hudsonville, you know the Ann Arbor Skyline squad is going to come back with everything they have left. And for the Eagles of Skyline, don't be surprised if they make this exciting. Now, on the flip side, Hudsonville Eagles, they are, you could argue, the best team in the state, and they're going to give you everything they got as well. And the interesting part is to see the role that Claire Tuttle might be able to play here in the 4th quarter. So 7 minutes is back on the clock. The teams are back in the water, lining up on the end line, getting ready for the sprint. It'll be Tuttle taking it for Hudsonville, and it will be Denninger, I believe, number 3, taking it for the Skyline squad. And it is won by Tuttle. So Hudsonville will set up. Bovie tries to draw the kick out, gets by as she turns her defender, passes it down low, gets it to Tuttle. Good defense, and it's a loose ball. Tuttle fights for it back. That could have been an ordinary, no call there. Possession still remains. There's the ordinary. They're going to force her back outside of 2. Now she fires it in. Another ordinary call, but this could be a shot. Takes a shot. Nice block, though, once again by Aaliyah Tracy. Skyline on the attack. The clock is no longer their friend as they trail by 3 with 6 minutes to go. Every possession is getting to be important now for both teams. Another goal for Hudsonville probably puts it too far out for Skyline. But a quick goal here by Skyline makes it super exciting. It's tipped off the goalie, and that'll be a 2 meter. So Emma gets her hand on it and makes a nice save on the short side, but possession will remain with Skyline and a fresh 30-second shot clock. Brings it out to the 2 meter mark right in front of the Hudsonville bench. Swings it out to the flat back, down to the wing, who swims it in, brings it inside 2, kicks it back out. Gets it back on the give and go, quick takes another shot, and another 2 meter and another 30 seconds. So good ball movement right now by Skyline, but they got to take advantage of these if they want to keep this exciting for the final 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Back out to the 2 meter once again. They will reload once again. A little bit more of a battle this time for the pass in. They get it, give back it goes, give and go. And we got a kick out here, a 6-on-5 coming up. I believe that time it was on number 12, McKenna Brink. Skyline on the 6-on-5 and an errant pass. And it will be a turnover back to Hudsonville. Oh, baby, that is a chopper. And Tuttle trying to counter on it quickly. She is in a sprint right now. Loses the ball. What do we got? A turnover is called, not a kick out. So Skyline gets it right back, but they're no longer in the 6-on-5. We're down to 5 and 20 to go. They still trail by 3. Quick pass up the court. It comes up the pool. Spin, moves, looks, waits, has a player open, gets it over to the left side, goes short side, tipped, 2 meter again. I tell you what, Lamers, she's blocking everything, but she's unable to keep it in front of her, so giving another opportunity to Skyline again, now down to 5:03 to go in regulation. Passes it in, could be a back and forth, it is. Driving from the wing. Passes it out. Ooh, I'm not so sure she shouldn't have shot that one. Now it's back outside to about 10 meters. Ordinary foul, dumps it in. Push off, could have been got away with one there offensively. And the shot is too high by Ella Sadler, the senior. And we're down to 4:44 to go here. Pass up the court, it comes. Oh, yeah, that's a kick out. Hudsonville with a chance to capitalize here. Put the final exclamation point in. 6-on-5 shoots, blocked! Oh, a bad decision there, I believe, by Sophia. She should have passed to a wide, and I do mean absolutely wide open Claire Tuttle.
5 meter assessed to Ann Arbor Skyline over 3 minutes entire.
Ooh, a 5 meter has been called on Skyline. Oh, she didn't actually, it was an improper, on the kick out. She did not make it all the way in, pop up. That's 2 immediately on her and leads to the 5 meter. And now so Claire Tuttle, a rare mistake there. She fakes a shot on, and I don't think she realized the whistle had been blown. Yeah, so just some weird shenanigans happening right now at the end of this game with 4 minutes to go. Still 6-3. Skyline takes a shot, blocked. Loose ball, fight for it, and it will be possession going to Hudsonville. We're straight now under 4 minutes, and a turnover. It's going back to Skyline. I missed it because I was looking down the field. They're running. Somebody's got to look behind you, pick up the ball. And now it's a turnover. They waited too long. Oh, my goodness, I think they're going to have a heart attack. Outlaw pass coming up to Claire Tuttle. She gets a double foul on that one. It's going to be a 6-on-5 exclusion here. Timeout taken by Hudsonville. Holy googly moogly, I cannot tell you the action that just happened back and forth. You could spend a career and not see what you just saw back and forth on that one in the last minute and 25 seconds. Insane in the membrane. I wish this game was at least 1 goal closer because insane. Just crazy stuff that does not usually happen at the championship level tournament. just a quirky little, listen to me right now, folks. All of the calls were the proper calls. They're just so unusual. You just don't see them. So back on the offensive tack here is Hudsonville. They're up by 3, 6-3 with 3:45 to go. Oh, and that is the third kick out on for Skyline on the captain, Madison Danger. Okay, it is live. I was like, oh my goodness, now what? But Skyline, where they're down to 3:30 to go, they're still in this game if they score quickly. And an offensive foul is called on Skyline. Possession goes back to Hudsonville. They are going to wisely milk the clock here with a 3-goal advantage and 3 minutes to go. Gets it over to Grace Bovey. Bovey looks, tries to get it down to Tuttle. Good defense, but Tuttle ends up with it. Takes a shot, shoots, and scores! There's the exclamation point with 3:05 to go. A fine pass from Bovey into Claire Tuttle. Tuttle with 2 moves, puts the biscuit in the basket. Hudsonville on top 7-3. And they are now 3 minutes away from advancing to the championship game. Wow. Again, there's still 2:56 to go, but give a lot of credit to Skyline, but this is just a very tough Hudsonville squad. That is now 3 goals, I beg your pardon, for Tuttle to join Bovey. They both have 3, I believe. So they have 6 of the 7 goals. That is what I'm hearing, with down to 2:37 to go. Lob shot, it's gonna, it hit the post, and it's no good. That is the lady luck for Skyline today. That's about the 9th time they hit a post. Back to Tuttle. Tuttle gets the advantage. Tries to bring it in for the wedge shot. Spin shoot. Scores! Now she's got number 4. 8-3. And folks, this score is going to look a lot more one-sided than it really was. Very, very similar to a few of the other games we've had today. But I tell you what, 8-3 with 2:22 to go. Skyline looks a little dejected as they continue to play hard, though. Bringing the ball up the court. Trying to set up. We're down to 2:10 to go in regulation. Overloading in front of the Hudsonville bench. And what do we got? A kick out? Nope. Yeah, it is a kick out. Really, all I was seeing was Mr. Terrian's Heine. So Brink now has 2 kickouts. Long pass goes over inside of 2 minutes to go. That is a live shot. Swings it over to the right side. Quick shot, shoots, scores. Count it for number 6. Gets the ball in the back of the net. That's Ella Sadler. Is that her first or second? .143 to go, 8-4 after the Sadler goal. Quickly, though, once again, wide open, takes a shot! Oh, baby, what a wet shot, putting it in the back of the net. Number 5, Claire Tuttle. And I tell you what, maybe you could argue the reason the game was so close so long was because Tuttle got 2 quick kickouts and missed most of the second and part of the third quarter. But now she's showing the offensive prowess that she has, and it's 9-4 Hudsonville with 1:30 to go. In a game that was 6-3 with about 3:20 to go. Trying to spin, not trying to foul. 7 on the shot clock, that's an ordinary. Inside 5, quick pass off. Bad decision on where she passed it. 3 on the shot clock, has to shoot it, doesn't get it. Oh, they're gonna say shot clock violation, possession to Hudsonville. 1:05 to go here. I would definitely suspect they're going to hold the ball alone. No, what do I know? They're continuing to bring the ball up court. Gets it down low. And, a nice defensive play there by Skyline. Waiting for a whistle, hasn't gotten it. Instead passes it back, and now they'll come up court. 46 seconds to go in this game. 9-4, Hudsonville on top. They got to shoot quickly. Long pass, hits the post again. And Hudsonville has it. 30 seconds to go. 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Long pass down. That's Tuttle. Tuttle again. Oh, boy. All right, so we're coming back to, we're down to 22 seconds to go, 10-4. Again, it was 6-3 with 3:20 to go. And now 4 goals in the last 3 minutes for Hudsonville has really made this a 6-goal advantage for the team. Skyline just trying to keep the confidence going into the battle for 3rd place later this afternoon. 3 seconds to go. 2, 1. It will count if it's good. It's not good. Stick a fork in this one. It's done. Our final, Hudsonville wins 10-4. Hudsonville has earned a spot in the championship game at 7:30 tonight. For Skyline, they will play.
I'll do it in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before.
Skyline and Hudsonville will find out who they play at the conclusion of our next game. So our final score, 10-4, Hudsonville over Skyline. We'll be back with the next game in probably about 15 minutes. We're going to step right out. You can continue to watch the action, I think, or are we going off for a little bit? Yeah, you're just going to be watching it for a second. I'll be back with you in about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching us again. Our final score, it is Hudsonville 10, Skyline 4. Hudson advances to the championship. Our next game up is Rockford versus Grand Ledge. We'll be back in a few.